Hey guys, how's it going? It's Philly's Corner. Yeah, it's that time again, Champions League. We've got a couple of really interesting games today. We've got Tottenham Dortmund and Ajax Madrid. Tell you what, I'm going to have real trouble deciding which one I'm going to watch. I'm thinking I'll start off with the Ajax and Madrid game. I want to see how Madrid have, what kind of mentality they have. Um, I saw them play against Barcelona, and I thought they were quite impressive. And I'm not going to write them off. They took away the main man, of course, but they've still got the pretty much the team um, that has won the last three Champions Leagues. Man, they are the reigning champions. So I'm not going to write them off. They have winning in their DNA, man. So there's no way um, you'd be a fool to bet against them. And I think this will be um, a good re-entry for them. Ajax, not an easy team. Don't get me wrong. A young team. Um, Probably this will be the last season that the main nucleus of that team are going to play together. There's too much interest from a lot of bigger clubs for their players. They've got a massive interest in Delict and a few others, and I see this as basically the last season that Ajax will hold on to their main players because the attention that these players are getting is huge, and just rumors flying all over. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then we've got Tottenham and Dortmund, two very similar teams in my opinion. Young, fast, lots of energy, dynamic, wanting to impress, young, youthful. So it's really going to see who has the stronger mentality. I'm going to make a prediction, and I think it's going to be Tottenham this time. I think they have learned from their lessons. They, in my opinion, Dortmund are the team that Tottenham was 2 years ago. But I think that now Tottenham will have matured. Their players have stayed together with the same manager. Looks like there's a really nice balance in that club, and I see them progressing. It's going to be a great match to watch, though. So I'm going to start off with the Ajax Madrid game, just because I'm curious to see Madrid, how they handle it away from home. And then, I've got the attention span of a sparrow, so I'm sure I'll be flicking back and forth. Other news today. I'm going to touch on the games last night quickly, but I want to talk about the big news today about Mauro Icardi. For those that don't know, he lost his captaincy, taken away from him by the club. I don't know if that's a Spalletti decision or a higher up decision, and given to Handanovic. In my opinion, Icardi should have never received the captaincy to begin with, but he's had it. He's had it for nearly 2 seasons, I think. And he is the leader of the club, undoubtedly, in terms of his profile. He's the big name player at that club. But he has one problem, and his problem is his agent slash wife. She is not very much appreciated by the fans. She has made waves constantly about how he deserves more money, how he is not appreciated enough, etc., etc. I think this is a message from the club to say, stop it. Now watch out. He is not indisposable. He's not indispensable. Like, take it easy. She's going on the Italian TV, talking a little too much. So this is a message, and now it's up to him whether he really wants to stay with Inter, or maybe it's time to move on. And that's the great thing about Marotta, the sporting director, who has just arrived from Juventus. And now that he's at Inter, he's going to build the team in the way that he sees, not anyone else. And that's not going to be done overnight. It's going to be a piece by piece, step by step, season by season process until he sees the full picture. And that's what he done at Juve. He built that team player by player each year. Sometimes he had to take a marquee player away so that he could bring in a couple of others. Some of them didn't always work out, but for the majority it did. And every year there was an improvement. Every year there was a certain. It was another barrier that was gone over, and that's what he wants to do at Inter. Now, what I believe he's done is he's pinpointed the problems. The problems are the marquee players that he has. He knows that Icardi is an excellent striker, world class. But if he's going to cause too many problems, he has no problem in letting him go. They're going to get a fee out of him, of course. Icardi probably on the market now is going to go for at least, at minimum, in my opinion, 70, 80. Minimum. You could bring that down to 40, 50 in exchange for a decent player that Inter Milan would like to strengthen the squad with. So in my opinion, Inter have the cards. If Icardi is serious about playing with Inter, then he needs to get Wanda to chill out. Bottom line. So more on that. We will talk more on that shortly. I just wanted to quickly talk about yesterday evening's match. I have to be honest with you. I really didn't check out too much of the Roma match, but there's a lot of excitement about this kid Zaniolo. Italians, including myself, we are very easily excitable now. Any Italian player that comes and makes a few headlines, we've been starved recently of real talent coming out of Italy. So, the talent that is coming out, we're paying a huge interest. We're very interested in the development. And there is a few players coming out, not as many as I wish to see. I really think a country like Italy should be really having quite a lot of players coming through, with talent. I think this is a problem in a lot of places, not just in Italy. But if you look at what's happening in England, and I'm seeing a lot of really great talent coming out of England, young players. I'm slightly disappointed at the way that the Italian Football Federation is not really giving a lot of these players chances, especially the bigger clubs. Juve for years and years and years was a champion for Italian players. Always gave Italian players chances. They for the last couple of years, especially this year, there's for the first time ever a real lack of Italian talent in the Juve team. And Juve have always been, they've always had the majority of players in the World Cup and things like that. So that's a little concerning. because Inter have done it for years, not played that many Italian players. Milan recently also, for a long time when they had all those that amazing team 7, 8, 9 years ago. Not a lot of Italians in there. But Juve always had a good nucleus, and that's not happening anymore. So when now that there's interest in this kid Zaniolo, of course Juve are interested. I also watched the Man United game. I was very impressed with Verratti. Verratti, I thought, had an incredible game until he got off, and he was injured, and then he came off injured, but he bossed that midfield. I don't care what anybody says. They were playing away from home, and PSG basically, in my opinion, schooled Man United. And this is a PSG team with Cavani out, Neymar out, Verratti possibly playing on 75% of his powers. A few other players out. I mean, Man United, a little too soon. It's a little too soon. They have the nucleus of an amazing squad. But there's something going on with Pogba. I don't know what it is. I think he needs somebody there with him. He needs somebody that can destroy. He needs somebody that can just break the game of the opponent up to help him out. He needs someone to protect him. Because I feel like he's not doing too much, because he's always got a bit of that, like, kind of a long longitude, that kind of lazy looking play. He's not lazy. I'm just saying it. I feel he could do more. But then you would lose his creativity, and that's what you need from a player like Pogba. So I feel like he needs someone that is gonna, really. You need a pit bull in there. There's a few out there. Matic isn't cutting it. He's a good player, and I thought his passing was incredible yesterday. But Pogba needs somebody in there, because then that frustration will just come out like it did last night. I thought he was unjustly sent off, in my opinion, but he needs somebody to help him. And then I will see Man United with an actual destination that they can actually compete. Ole got a nice little taste of reality yesterday. Let's be honest, and this is my opinion only. Now, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Premier League isn't all that, fellas. You're talking about, everybody's very quick to diss the French league. And when they look at PSG, they say, yeah, PSG playing a shit league, and they play shit opponents. But that team that plays in a shit league came to Old Trafford away from home and schooled. Same as Juventus. Playing a shit league, came to Old Trafford and schooled. And we're talking about a top 4 team here with tons of stars. So guys, Premier League is awesome, don't get me wrong. But I think the Premier League is not that much higher than the rest of them. Obviously, you've got teams like Man City and Liverpool, which are the Madrids and Barcelonas of the Premier League. The Juves and maybe Napoli's of their league. But there's not this massive gulf in talent, I'm telling you. Possibly the Premier League is more entertaining. The games are a little bit more combative. But for somebody that loves Italian football, I prefer to watch Serie A anyway, just because of my upbringing. It has nothing to do with the and I'm slightly biased also, but I'm trying to be objective about this. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the matches tonight, and there'll be more. in Philly's Corner. If you like this video, please subscribe. There'll be lots of videos coming out. Put a like and, give me a chance. Speak to you soon, brothers. All right.